Hello everybody, welcome to the cabin. Welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. I've got some sales today like usual, but I've got something I want to talk about. And it's a particular type of eBay seller. Matter of fact, well, I'm not going to give you the name of the seller, but it is a seller. I'll show you the listing that I bought. And when the item arrived, my wife opened it up and she's like, what is this? I'm like, well, I bought it. And she's like, you bought what? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she threw it to me and she said, you're a big dummy. I'm like, what? And when I looked at the item, I realized she was right. I am a big dummy, but at the same time, the seller who sold me this item, I think did so pretty deceptively, and this is the kind of thing I think eBay should clean up a little bit. But at the same time, these are the kind of things I complain about with other buyers, people that buy things off of me and they don't read the description, they don't look at all the pictures, and then they complain when they get the item, which is what I did. And I did open a return, and I still think most of you will agree with me. Let's take a look. All right, y'all, I don't normally start with clothes, but I'm going to start with a shirt today, and there's a specific reason why, and it's because I did promoted listings on it. It's a pretty nice shirt, but I figured this would be one that I would promote because it's in a category that's pretty hard to sell. And so people, yell at me all the time about not doing promoted. If you do promoted, you'll sell more. I get it. Promoted is the right thing for a lot of people to do, and I do promoted from time to time, but I don't traditionally do it as a rule. This is the item right here. And I can't remember what rate I promoted it at, but I knew it would be a tough seller, and it was. And this sold as a promoted listing. So I'm happy that I did it because it sold for pretty good value. It was $3.99 at Goodwill. My wife picked it up. It sold for $39.80 something cents. So 40 bucks basically, plus shipping. And I don't know what I promoted it at, maybe 4, 6, 8%, something like that. And it's Santa Claus in a Hawaiian shirt. Tory Richard, it's 100% silk. It's got the little hula girl down here, and it's a pretty cool shirt. But traditionally, lately, Hawaiian shirts haven't been that easy to sell unless they're pretty unique. Tommy Bahama's pretty tough. It used to be really good. You can see 100% silk right there. And I promoted it late last winter, I believe, and that's part of the reason I promoted it. I wanted it to sell before Christmas because, of course, it's Santa Claus, and it didn't, but it did sell now, and it was promoted, so I'm pretty happy. Let's do a couple more sales before we talk about this, and let me tell you, in my opinion, this person selling is being purposely deceptive in their listing, and it caught me, which is my fault because I've been on eBay a long time, but you'll see what I mean. Not pointing out things in your listing on purpose is an issue to me, and concealing the reality of what you're selling in order to make a sale. People realize that a lot of people just simply won't take the time to return something. And that is true. Even if they don't like the item, they won't take the time to return it. This Harley hat right here, I don't remember if I paid $1 or $2 for it, but it sold for $16.50 plus shipping. Right back to the hat bin. This one right here is a Chief Petty Officer hat. I want to say I paid $5 for it. And I want to make sure it's the right one. Yeah, it looks like it is. And it sold for $25. United States Navy. I'll take it out. Let's take a look at it here. And I bought it from an elderly couple, and I was like, is this, your stuff here? Why are you selling off? But it was actually a friend of theirs, I believe, who had passed. Here is the hat right here. And it's got a couple of issues. It's probably a $30, $40 hat without the issues, but still cool. Even has the person's name in there. So, which I'm not going to show you because it has a phone number too. And that's it right there. 25 plus ship. The next item, actually, I'm pretty excited about. It's a low dollar item, but I'm pretty excited about it, and I'll have to tell you why. It is right here, just these sunglass cases. Ronsou, I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. RONSOU. And the reason I'm excited about these is because where they sold on Poshmark, and they sold for $10 plus shipping. And I'm pretty sure those are actually freebies, so there's a decent amount of profit in there. Not much, and I'm not suggesting necessarily selling this type of stuff, but I do it and I kind of like it. But I'm more excited for a different reason. If you go back more than a year, it's probably been a year and a half at this point, maybe even more. My wife used to sell on Poshmark. We decided that it was going to be too, she would sell separately on Poshmark. She would buy items to specifically list just on Poshmark, and we wouldn't cross-post them. And we did okay, and she made some sales, but she's like, it's not really me doing the sharing and whatever, and we're not making enough. I'd rather just skip that and buy items for eBay, and that's what we decided to do. Well, now that we started to do the actual cross-listing, she said, you know what, let's do this. And I opened an account. I opened a Commonwealth picker account. And so this is my first official Poshmark sale right here. And when I started doing this cross-listing, and basically what we're doing right now is we're importing. She wakes up every day and, we do a few things. And then she sits down for a few minutes and she imports items off of eBay into List Perfectly. And then she'll cross-post some of them. The key right now for us, the most important thing is to get them over into List Perfectly. But at the same time, she's doing a few listings, just getting it in there. And so maybe up to 50 or so listings that are cross-post on Poshmark and Mercari. And this is, I think, our 6th or 7th sale, somewhere around there. But it's our first on Poshmark. And I actually thought it would be different. I thought we'd have more sales on Poshmark than we have on Mercari. But the type of items that she is cross-posting so far, kind of makes sense. But I am happy to make that first sale over there using, going through List Perfectly, by the way. And thank you to everybody who has used code Commonwealth. No pressure. If you ever decide to start cross-posting and you want to do it with List Perfectly, I'd appreciate it if you'd use code Commonwealth. You get 30% off. There's always a link at commonwealthpicker.com, or you can use our little link tree that I always put up, or the video description, or wherever. Instagram, they're everywhere. We appreciate you doing that. If you're going to do it, don't go out of your way to do it unless you're already planning on it. But hey, we do appreciate that. And I'm excited. So to only, again, have about 50 or so items that are cross-listed, to have 6 or 7 sales or 5 or 6 sales or however many it is so far, I'm pretty happy with that in less than a week. I'll take it. Let's get into this topic. Nobody likes a used car salesman, right? Well, I shouldn't say that. All the used car salesmen out there. Nobody likes a dirty used car salesman. Somebody that's going to, steer you the wrong way. You know something about an item and you don't disclose it. Occasionally it's an accident, but if you know something about an item, you don't disclose it, or you purposely portray something as something it's not, that's not the way you do business. This one right here is a metal sign. We've sold a few. This one did go to a viewer. You remember me saying the other day that I bought these thinking some viewers might buy them because they have little yard sales every now and again to get rid of their death pile or something. And I think the first 2 sold to non-viewers, but this one sold to a viewer. Sold to Deborah, $14.95 plus shipping. We will put that in one of these record boxes down here. Makes it pretty easy. You might remember that garage sale. We paid, I think she had $2 a piece, and there was like 6 of them, something like that, maybe 5, 6, something like that. And I'm like, I'll buy them all. I think there were 6 for $1 a piece. She said, sure. So $1 into $14.95 isn't a ton of money, but when there's 5 or 6 of them, you're gonna make 50, 60 bucks off of one listing, and they're so easy. They're not gonna break. Definitely a winner for me. Whenever you have that multi-quantity deal, it's always better. I'd probably still have bought this for $1 and sold it for $14.95, but it sure helps when there's 5 or 6 of them. Definitely worth it. One listing, profit many times. Now let's talk about dishonest listings. So when my boy first started listing, and he actually has been selling a few things here or there on eBay for a while, Bubba, not Turner, he doesn't list anything, not yet. He might someday. But my oldest boy lists. He has his own eBay store, and he doesn't sell a ton, but he does sell some things. I gotta tell you something. This is probably old news by the time this comes out, but there's a raspberry syrup, a Starbucks syrup that they're discontinuing, and somehow, some way, he got his hands on that, a full bottle of it. I'm like, what in the world? He's like, have you seen what these are going for? I'm like, no. And he showed it to me, and they're going for crazy money. So maybe I'll flash it on the screen right here. Maybe you can get your hands on it. Maybe it's, by the time you hear this, it's a couple days later, depending on what video this is, but hopefully it's not old news. I was talking about my son and some of the very first listings he did back when he was in early high school years. He'd put them on there and I'm like, listen, look at this. There's a little stain here and there's a little here. And he didn't disclose any of that. He wasn't really doing it on purpose, I don't think anyways. And I'm like, that's going to come back and bite you. And there's a couple that came back and bit him a little bit. And that's when I told him, I'm like, look, if you're not going to do a really good job of disclosing things and making sure you know, and I make this mistake too. I just had a return last week for something that was inside of a hood, right? I just took a picture. I didn't look inside the hood, and inside the hood had a stain on it or bleach on it or something. And so those kind of mistakes can happen from time to time, but you're not doing your due diligence. You're going to get returns. And I didn't want that stuff to be on my eBay account. Long story short, I made him start his own account. And I wasn't being mean to him or anything. I'm just like, you know what? You need to do it anyways. This is going to be better for you. Build up your feedback and whatever. And I don't have to worry about you doing whatever. And he kind of got the point. And he's, I hope, gone out of his way. I don't think he's ever got any negative feedback at this point. And, you know, I try not to have negative feedback. If I screw something up, I try to make it right, and most of us out there do. But sometimes you get these sellers out there, and I don't know who this person is. I'm going to blur it out or whatever. I'm going to put this up here. I bought this item, and it was a reaction to the fact that I had already bought this item, and it showed up, new old stock with corroded batteries, and it was falling apart. Again, not the seller's fault, but, you know, still. And so I just got on there. I wanted to get a grout cleaner. It's not really for grout cleaning. That's not what we were going to use it for. And I'm like, oh, I'll just get back on there. And I just bought it really quick because I had already bought one. I just wanted to get another one. I was busy and I didn't really look at it. Look at the title here. Look at that first picture. And I'm like, it's priced pretty much the same as everything else out there, which you can see here. It's not any different really. And so I just clicked on it and I bought it. And then it shows up, and my wife's like, what did you do? I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, you do realize that there's nothing in this. It's just an empty case. I'm like, what are you talking about? It costs like $20-some. I mean, it's just an empty case. And sure enough, it was an empty case. And so I go on there. I look at the description. Maybe I'll put the description up right here. I don't think it says anything about the description is about as screwy as it comes. And then I started to look at the pictures, and sure enough, on picture 2, 3, something like that, it's case only. But that's the only place on this listing I can see that. And then I go look at this person's feedback. I don't even know if it might be a corporation or something. I think they sell tons of this stuff, and it's like 90%, which is really, really not good feedback. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, I guess I'll send it back. So I was that buyer that just didn't pay attention. But I will say that look, you have 90% feedback. That's so bad. You're doing something wrong. Why not fix it? The best thing I can think of is they're making such a huge profit margin on that they can afford 10% returns. It just blows my mind. Well, maybe not 10% returns, but it's probably less than that. But to have 10% negative feedback is insane. Taz right here with the little jungle outfit on right there. Sold for $12, free ship. Sold some Ticonderoga pencils. I think they're to Diana. And I think you're a viewer because you bought 2 things. I didn't see a message, so apologies if you sent something in the messaging system, but I didn't see it. And these right here, right there, some Ticonderoga. They're not extremely vintage. They're not crazy. Sometimes you find some really vintage ones, you can get some money. And this Mickey Mouse nightlight right there, those 2 sold for $22 plus shipping. This one here is pretty darn cool. There's my boy. And, you'd think you find this stuff, and look at that. It's got a big stain on it. Iron and metal, single stitch, vintage tag, Ebert, sportswear, custom apparel, 50/50. And it is an old softball team. It's an old softball jersey. It's got a hole in it. And people would pass this by all day long, and maybe you should. I don't know. But I can't pass this stuff up. Sold for $14 plus shipping. Plus shipping. People like to wear this stuff. I know that's strange to a lot of people out there, but they even like it sometimes a little beat up. And those thin shirts and that. What are you doing back here, Bob? What do you got? You got your little toy bone there, don't you? Yeah, you're excited. You want a treat. All right, I'll get you a treat. But, old softball shirts, softball teams, they just get screen printed up somewhere. They can sell. One thing about selling smalls is it's super easy to ship. It's Froggy Flips drawer, and I think that's where it is. Now I don't see it. Interesting. Hold on a minute. It was hiding from me, and I just looked, and this one went to Crystal, went to a viewer. So thank you, Crystal. We appreciate it. This is FordParts.com, and inside of this is a USB drive, and I don't know if I can open it with one hand, but you'll just have to trust me. Sold for 15 bucks. So not a huge profit, but you know what? That's not bad, and it's super easy. We'll either ship it in something like this. It's hard as a rock. It's metal. Or we'll put it in something like this. Sometimes just put a little piece of cardboard and then put that in there, and it doesn't take much. Pretty darn easy. Speaking of shipping, thank you to Victor for buying plans for the Commonwealth Picker shipping table. We're on CommonwealthPicker.com. Sold another one of the metal signs, and this one went out on a 5% clearance, 5% offer. And that one sold for $14.20 plus shipping. This one went to Mary. Love anything vintage, she says. The sign is so vintage looking, ready for my new Genie Collectibles 1985 she shed. I like it. Thank you for continuing to teach me something new every Commonwealth Picker and Flipper video. Sincerely, Mary from Genie Collectibles 1985. Thank you, Mary. Sold some original muck boots. Bought them at the 127 last year. Hadn't listed them for a while. And I think they were $5. Sold them for 40 plus shipping. But it wasn't quite that simple. So I had them for 50 or something like that. And somebody sent me a message like, you know, can you change the listing to best offer? Because they had already sent me a few messages, and you can only send offers a few times. And I'm like, okay. And so I just went on there, changed the listing to best offer, and forgot about it. I never messaged him back saying, hey, I changed it to best offer. At any rate, somebody else bought them like within minutes of me changing it. And he sent me a message. He's like, thanks a lot, and called me a few choice words for not telling me that you did that. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. At any rate, those right there sold for 40 plus shipping. Always a nice day when you sell shoes. Sold some boots. Now we sold some baby shoes. And I will take it anytime I can get shoes out of a bin. I am a happy camper. Those are tiny little baby shoes. I'll pick these kind of things up. They're Nikes. Pick them up for, you know, $1 or so. And these were listed for 10. Took an offer $9.50, or sent an offer $9.50 plus shipping. And that one actually went to a viewer, Kathy. I didn't know that. I just went up to look at the next item, and it was a viewer. Kathy, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for the viewer discount. I love your videos, and they are so informative. Is there any chance of getting one of those stickers you pass out? These are getting put away for my grandbaby. So we give out, the ones I give out are the ones we sell in the store, CommonwealthPicker.com, and then you go to merch. But we always give out stickers in every order, as long as we know you're a viewer. And so we'll give you 2 stickers there, give you a card, and I'll throw in some other stuff that you may or may not want. I always throw in Bubble Bucks right there. If you've never ordered from Joe Old American Bubble Boy, you can get some Bubble Bucks. $2.50 off your first order. There's links there too. Reseller Genie card. Throw in that sticker there. I don't know. So thank you. Appreciate it. Sold something that's definitely not worth it. So it was barely worth it to begin with, and then it didn't sell. And then we put it on discount just to get it out of here. And it was this right here. It's for the little Lazy Susan holder. These bigger ones are, I don't know if they're worth it or not. They're worth it to me, especially when a lot of the Tupperware I buy ends up being faulty or something. I'll just take this and sell it, and I can make, you know, $4 or $5 profit on it. Super easy. Use an old listing, change the quantity. But this one, I tried to do it on, make the same amount, but it wouldn't sell. It's for a different little thing. So, at any rate, it sold under $6. So, barely making anything at all, but you know what? It's gone. Turner's got some Commonwealth comedy for us on his way to baseball practice, and Daddy didn't wash his pants, which Mama told me to do, but that's all right. She'll forgive me. She'll never know. Anyway, what's your joke today?
What do you get when dinosaurs crash their cars?
What do you get when dinosaurs crash their cars? I don't know. What do you get?
A Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, that's a good one, buddy. I love you. All right, Will sent us this right here. How cool is this? This is one of my favorite movies. I've forced Turner to watch them before.
You did?
Lord of the Rings. Yeah, you don't remember? Back during COVID, we used to pop these things in and watch them. And I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. I used to watch the cartoon version when I was a kid. Seal VHS from Will. Will, thank you. Very, very kind of you to send that. I actually don't have that one. So I'm pretty excited about it. It's awesome. And check this out. This came from my buddy Joey, Pinjo Thrift, who I went out doing some yard sales with in Chatham, Virginia the other day. Turner, I know you don't care about this, but I absolutely love it. I could tell you almost everybody in here.
Okay, tell me.
Mean Gene, Vince McMahon, Jesse the Body, Miss Elizabeth, Randy Macho Man Savage, the Killer Bees, Jumpin' Jim Brunzell, and I can't remember the other guy's name. Captain Lou Albano. Yeah, I don't know who that guy is. That's Mr. Fuji, Jimmy Hart. That's JYD. I think that's Magnificent Morocco. I can't tell who that is. Hillbilly Jim. That's Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. That's Brutus the Barber Beefcake. What do we got back here? George the Animal Steel. Paul Orndorff. Yeah, Valentine there. I don't know who that guy is. That's Terry Funk. That's Uncle Elmer. And this is, I can't remember what it was. It Rock and Roll Express? No, that's not their name. What am I talking about? They were, I can remember their names. It's Danny Spivey and that guy was IRS. What was his name? Mike Rotundo, I think was his name. And Hulk Hogan. Anyway, very cool record right there. I'm going to frame it. That is so cool. I might even put it up over there and take one of those down. Oh, Rowdy Roddy Piper right there. Nikolai Volkov, Iron Sheik.
Hey, Dad, you have that shirt?
I do have that shirt. You're right. And I have a shirt with him on it. Where? I got a shirt. I got Captain Lou on one, too. Your mama hates that shirt. You think I know that one with the rubber bands on his face? All right, buddy. Thank you. And for all of your comedy, you're going to get a
$1 to spend, $1 to save, and $1 to donate. Bye.
Got another one of the gifted coins. The gifted coins. This one is the military coins. This is Operation Enduring Freedom. The Tip of the Spear, U.S. Army Transportation Battalion. And look at that. That's pretty cool. This one is going not just to a viewer, but to a veteran. So big giant thank you to you, Martin. I do appreciate Disabled Veteran here. And so let's give this a shout out here. MJ Sells is the name of the store. It's EMJAYSELLSIT. So MJ sells it, but it's spelled out like that. So thank you very, very much. I do appreciate you. And you got an Enaman already. And an NC Piggy. Oh my goodness. There you go. See, there's your problem. Just get rid of that and everything will sell. Anyway, thank you, Martin, for your service. And I hope you enjoy the coin. Sold a Giants jacket. I went in and grabbed it. It's pretty cool. This one actually went out pretty darn cheap for as nice as this one is. 2XL. I'm trying to think if there's any issues. We didn't get as much as I thought for it. And I can't remember listing this. My wife must have listed this one. And that's pretty cool. I like it. And it went to a viewer. So we've had quite a few viewer sales today. So thank you very, very much. I do appreciate that. And, you know, last video we didn't have hardly any. In this video we have a ton. It just goes back and forth. eBay is a strange place, boy. Anyway, thank you all. I appreciate that. It went out to Lance. $35 plus shipping. Watch your videos every morning while getting my sales packed. I appreciate all the advice and knowledge you share. Very respectfully, Lance, eBay store, Nirvana Collectibles. Lance, thank you. That's awesome. I like the store name too. Hope you enjoy the jacket. Sold a Pampered Chef pitcher right here. I've never had tons of success with Pampered Chef, to be honest, but you know what? It's got the box. Looks like it was new. 20 bucks. Plus shipping. And we sold an Enaman. It's Enaman Day once a week. I didn't say it's Enema Day. I said it's Enaman Day. Boy, we are getting low, y'all. Holy moly. Hope this is a good one. That's, I don't know. There's not many good ones left, so you get what you get, I guess. Look at that. Flea. Doesn't even have the T on it. That one looks okay on that side. We'll grab you that one. And that one is headed your way. It's actually, well, it's going to a viewer. Obviously, they always do. By the way, if you're new to the channel and you don't know about all this enema stuff right there, you can go check it out over there. I tell the whole story. You can go watch that one. This one is going to Frizzy Finds. Johnny and Lizzie, and we've met you twice now, right? I think we met you at Uncle Mark's garage sale, and we met you at FlipCon, and I think that's it, though. Were you guys at 127? I think maybe at the Trash to Cash Barbecue Bash. I don't know. I can't remember. Hey, Kevin, I don't think you were. It only seemed right that we added this guy to our collection. We look forward to seeing you at FlipCon. There you go, this summer, and anywhere else treasure hunting takes us. Well, check out GarageSaleNation.net, and we're going to be going some of those sales this year. We appreciate all your content. Yes, all of it. I appreciate that. Your friends at Frizzy's Finds. Hey, you probably like that record album back there, that wrestling record album back there. Now that we started YouTube, our goal is to make your background. Very cool. Well, there it is. You made the background. Frizzy's Finds. That is very cool. Got some bins videos. If y'all like bins videos, go check them out. One of my favorite pieces from the greatest garage sale of all time, or something like that. I don't even know what I titled it. The most amazing garage sale something. Was this vintage Tennessee Volunteers bag. And it's not in the greatest condition. And it's old, obviously. But my grandfather worked for Gulf Oil. And so to have that advertising on it is pretty cool. It does have a few issues, obviously. But that is an old bag right there. And somebody's going to clean it up and get it all nice. And that's going to be a sweet piece right there. $34 plus shipping. Hey, wanted to mention this. It's been sitting here the whole time. I totally forgot about it. Adam and Sarah, Pittsburgh Picker and the Daily Cabbage, sent me this as a charity auction. And I think we're going to do Gary Sinise Foundation on this one. This is, she hand painted this crate. The Cabbage Patch stunt's got her sticker on it. Got a Cabbage Patch in here that she did. She dressed it, fixed the hair, spotless clean, just awesome. And she, if you remember, she did that really, really awesome video with us, that top 10 video, Cabbage Patch. And it's constantly in my top 10 most watched in the last 2 weeks. So every single week it just picks up steam. That video, people love it. And so if you haven't seen it, go take a look. If you're interested at all in spotting the right Cabbage Patch that are going to make you money out there, it's a good video. And so we're going to auction that one off for charity. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate you very, very much. Can't wait to see you again soon. And now that we're on Facebook with these shows, I get this question all the time. How do you find this store? So in the About section up on Facebook, you can go to CommonwealthPicker.com, scroll to the bottom. There's a link to the store, video descriptions in YouTube. You could do this QR code that I put up every once in a while. You could literally Google Commonwealth Picker on eBay and you can find it there. But that's where that auction will be. It should be up already. I'm going to slide this one in the video as well. Get it out of here today. I think right around $31 plus shipping on these Tupperware canisters. And this paperweight. See this little like a hologram paperweight here. Picked up at a church sale. I don't even remember what I paid. I think it was less than $1, to be honest with you. But that one sold for $10 plus shipping. All right, y'all. We are out of here in the Supply Hut. Haven't been out here in a couple of days because it's garage sale season. And so we went to garage sales and we bring this stuff in here. It took us a day to get through everything and process it all out. And then I went to a private pick and brought more stuff in. And we just weren't ready to film in here. I had stuff all over the place. And now look at this. We've processed all of it, which is cool. Hey, by the way, look what we finally put up back there. A big giant thank you to everybody who contributed, you know, whether it was $2 or $1,000 for this building right here. And by the way, thank you to Charlie at Supply Hut. SupplyHut.com, code Commonwealth, 5% off. Thank you to everybody for making this building possible. It has made our lives so much easier. I'm coming back here to find the dog. Wallen likes to find stuff. You're looking for something to get in trouble with, I can tell. For you who are new to the channel, we've had so many new folks. Still got to clean up back here, but you know, we got the fridge ready. Even got the TV cut in here. Got to frame it out and have a bed. I know, it's crazy. I get it. But we've got so much room up here and we've been moving through a lot of stuff. I'm really excited. And look at all the clothes we've got through. That is really cool. And if you haven't seen it, we've got that flat lay in here and we pull it out, set it up right here. Pretty cool. I'm happy with it. And we did make a couple of like last minute sales here we're going to get out today. Nothing big. These were retail arbitrage just for $1 or $2 and it's selling for $10 plus shipping for that one right there. I've got to cut this into the video because this was a viewer. I didn't realize it. Hey Kevin, love watching your channels, including the Trash to Cash podcast. We wanted to pick this ornament up as a way to support your channel. Thank you. They're going to give it to their 2-year-old grandson who loves Spider-Man. My oldest, Bubba, just loved, he still does love Spider-Man, and Turner, same thing. And so does my wife. Would also, well, I think she likes some of the people who played Spider-Man, but you know, hey. Would also love some Bubble Bucks. Absolutely. We'll throw them in. Tracy and Melinda Matland. I think I've got that right. Thank you. And this Duro decal sold for $9 plus shipping. So thank you all for joining us today here in the Supply Hut, in the Commonwealth cabin, in the eBay cave, just in general everywhere. We are forever grateful for so many people that enjoy watching me and my family do a little bit of reselling on the side. I don't know. Is it on the side? We do a lot of reselling for being on the side, but at any rate, thank you all for joining us. We hope you're doing great out there. We hope your sales are going well. We hope you're healthy. We hope you're happy. And I can't wait to see you next time. Turner's got some Commonwealth comedy for us.